Going on, everybody? It's me, Isaiah, and I'm back. Yes, Catfish is back with another chapter of a new fic. A new fic that has been recommended to me by TSN. Well, this fic hasn't... This fic... Actually, I guess it kind of was. Oh, yeah. So this fic particularly is recommended by TSN because I was asking her if she had any, fics or something like that. And what the name of her fic was so that I could read it. Because I told her it was. And I keep my promises. You see, hold on. See this? Hold on. What? It's lagging. Hold on, guys. I had it in the background running for a minute. Oh god, I don't think it. So that didn't work. I just ended up crashing the thing. Anyway, so we're gonna read the summary that TSN has made for us here. I have to think of a voice for TSN. This is tough. Oh, I got it. Some things were left unspoken after the second fight at the Valley of the End. Which took me so long to understand. When you guys said vote, you meant Valley of the End. So whenever I read vote 1 and vote 2, I was like scratching my head. I was like, was there a poll? I was like, was there a poll or something that I missed? What does this have to do with the that's my old ass, so really this is my voice. I took the liberty to write what I read between the lines. This fic goes through the psyche of Naruto and Sasuke and how they see each other. Expect lots of introspection and vulnerability from both sides. The first chapter might be harder to read, but because of the self-reflection. But it was important to establish how strong their bond is and what terms it is, and on what terms it is. Allowing them to completely be vulnerable for the next chapters will be lighter. Note, I choose useless tool as a translation for Asura Tonkachi in this chapter because it adds to the story. The Japanese term literally translates to thin hammer, and it has the meaning of a useless tool in the Land of Waves arc. They learn that being a shinobi means killing all your emotions and becoming a tool. Naruto is useless as a tool because he won't accept that path for him. He rejects the idea of becoming a tool. I thought it meant stupid or dumbass or loser. I like this interpretation too. And creates his own ninja way. The exact opposite of what's expected from the shinobi. He's fighting using emotions and not killing. Sorry in advance for the errors in word writing style in English, not my first language. Listen, you're doing good so far. Doing better than me. Sasuke was left alone, and what he felt was the afterlife. Not long after, he started to feel a cool breeze on his wounds. He felt the blood drying up from that. Was he really dead? No. As he was waking up, the pain started to settle in every inch of his body. They were laying on top of the hands of Hashirama and Madara statues, which finally found each other connected in a union sign. When he finally realized that he was alive, he felt a heavy rock of anxiety in his stomach. Naruto. Yuri. Was he dead? Naruto started talking as if he could read Sasuke's mind. So you're finally awake too, huh? The rock in Sasuke's stomach was lifted. The chill of the awaited break of dawn made the stones under them feel frozen, almost frozen. But somehow, with all the pain and the uncomfortable setting, they both felt cozy. Don't slur. We're not slurring our words here. Also, don't slur. Watch your language. If we move too much, we'll both bleed out and die, Naruto explained with a serene tone. How was he so serene in this situation? Honestly, that was interesting in the actual show. I was always like, why is he so calm about this? He was so chill. I very much love I will take the anime version of this fight and ending over the anime I would take the anime over the manga any day of the week, just simply because it added that part where they are dead. And I'm positive that's not in the manga. I don't remember reading that section in the manga when I was reading the volume. But I'm pretty sure that's anime only, and I think just like the Shikamaru scene, I think that's very canon, and it should be taken as such because it was so perfect for the characters to have that moment, and I think the anime captured that beautifully. And if Kishimoto was given more time, I'm sure he would do the same. I don't know if he had input on that, but I'm pretty sure he probably did. Since it was the ending of the series, Sasuke looked at Naruto and saw that half of his arm was gone. His whole chest sunk into a stone under his body. His legs felt like he had an intense fever that was burning his muscles and weighing him down. What has he done? Why was Naruto smiling? Sasuke's throat felt like it was filled with needles and pebbles, and he was choking from the inside. The pressure was raising up to his nose, and he felt that his sinuses would explode because of that. His jaw was so stiff that he thought he was paralyzed. His stomach was pulsing, and maybe his heart was all eaten up. Why? Why was Naruto so serene? Why isn't he enraged with Sasuke? All his life, everyone judged him for his decisions. He knew those stares. He knew the superior attitude that people were displaying while trying to talk him out of his path. He knew that people gave up on him once they thought his actions went too far. Why would this fool risk everything for him? He tried to push Naruto away. He never expected it to go this far. And it wasn't Sasuke's fault that his stupid friend doesn't have an ounce of self-respect and chose to chase him blindly. Sasuke was trying to fight the guilt that was killing him with those thoughts, trying to transform the pressure in his body into rage inside his head, but it didn't work. Naruto. Am I doing it right? I feel like I'm not pronouncing that to the way Yuri does it. Naruto. Would you go this far for me? Pushed himself to view feelings as something transactional. That way he could predict what to expect from others. So why didn't Naruto give up on him? So much trouble. He even threatened to steal his dreams and destroy his village and take his life. Why isn't he receiving the same treatment from Naruto? Thoughts are spiraling inside Sasuke's head, and his thoughts were suddenly stopped by Naruto's answer. Because you're my friend. A friend is someone who's supposed to show support and care. How is he a friend to Naruto in the last years? He didn't consider members of Taka as friends, so Sasuke never had any other friends besides Naruto and Sakura. He cared for both of them deeply, yet he realized their relationship with Naruto was on a different level. Was it because of their similar trauma? Sasuke couldn't pinpoint what it was exactly. Would Naruto go this far for any of his other friends? You said this before. Sasuke started talking with a trembling voice. What exactly does that mean to you? The question left Naruto silent for a few seconds. He wanted to explain, but the feelings was different from anything he experienced so far. He considered Sasuke like a part of himself. You couldn't separate the two of them. He felt safe next to him, and there was a certain warmth that tried to pull him closer. There was a weird feeling, and why would he feel warm from a guy that goes beyond his own way to show how cool he is? It didn't make sense at all. He couldn't find the words to describe it. He looked towards the sky and took a deep breath before starting to ramble. I don't know how to explain it. The thought of you weighs on my mind a lot. And knowing that you're going through painful stuff makes me feel pain too, you know? It's like we're one or something. Even if Naruto didn't give a good explanation, Sasuke understood what he meant. He also felt as if they were one. Naruto continued. Even now... Sorry, let me restart. Even now that we're messed up, I kind of feel safe. It feels good in a way. Didn't know much about it, but I start to wonder if what I'm feeling is... Sasuke didn't let him finish that phrase. You don't have to say it. I might know it already. I saw part of your memories and feelings attached to them. You don't really need to say it out loud. But probably, we both know what that means, even if it's hard to admit. Naruto turned his head to look at Sasuke's expression while he was speaking. He wanted to make sure that Sasuke did know where his heart was at. Sasuke's tone was soft, and there was a certain relief that came from that. He didn't look directly at Naruto. It seemed like he wanted to admit things to himself. It's true that Sasuke saw Naruto's feelings, but it's difficult for him to take everything in and hear it loud and clear. That would have pushed him into accepting the feelings are not transactional, as he wanted to believe. His head was spinning as he tried to make sense of everything. His learned coping mechanisms were resisting the integration of those feelings. By the way, y'all, if I yawn or look tired or sound tired or whatever, it's because I've been up since 2 a.m. because I wake up really early for work. And I also had to stay at work super late today because the gate broke, and my boss is a woman, and I didn't want her to be there by herself, so I told her I'll stay with her. She got pizza though, so I got pizza out of it. And honestly, that is why I did it. That is why I did it. Cat's out the bag. But yeah, I've been there for like 12 hours. I just got home probably an hour ago. Ooh. So I'm going to yawn. Nothing to do with the fic though. I really like this so far. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this. I've heard a lot of TSN takes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this, all in all. His head was spinning as he tried to make sense of everything. His learned coping mechanisms were resisting the integration of those feelings from Naruto. Sorry. He was too scared of the level of vulnerability. Naruto, remember when I told you that you don't know how it feels to have something and then lose it? Naruto let out a breathy, curious. I wasn't referring to family. My clan was killed. Many things got stripped away from me. His tone was still calm, but somehow more intense. I knew you were alone back then. I saw you many times being rejected and bullied. I couldn't stand the fact that you were still able to chase affection after all that. I got embarrassed watching you. I wanted to come up to you and say that you should treat everyone as they treat you, because I expected you to feel embarrassed too. And perhaps you did, but you found the strength to carry all that. A sudden brighter tone slid into his voice. You reminded me of myself. He let out a small sigh while saying it. You were like a mirror for myself. The version of me that I lost that night. After that night. I wasn't always afraid to show my emotions. I wasn't always trying to act tough. I was openly chasing affection from others, mainly my brother. I was joyful. I loved playing with toys and being hugged and cared for. Don't let this distract you from the fact that Sasuke said warm and fuzzy. Naruto's listening with wonder, yet something inside him anticipated Sasuke's words. He always knew Sasuke as this cold and unbothered guy, but what he was confessing didn't come out as a surprise at all. It's like Naruto always knew, but never really thought about it. I think I see it better now, Sasuke continued. But this time, the sound of admiration appeared in his voice. I was jealous of your strength from the beginning. Not of your abilities. You were definitely a useless tool. But you have the stubborn strength of eating up all that rejection and still being open with your needs. With your need for love. And even if you looked like a complete fool while doing it, you almost laughed with endearment. Oh, I hit that. Then be serious. I've seen you messed up many times. Your way of entering a battle was by making sure that firstly your opponent made you unable to stand up. And no matter how beaten up you were, you always pushed yourself to get back on your feet. It was like you weren't trying to prove that you can beat someone. But your goal is to show everyone that the lower you get, the higher you'll rise up. I believe it's also how you dealt with your emotions. The harder the rejection you got was, the brighter your smile became. Naruto's expression was finally surprised. His eyes were opening as he's listening, almost like trying to make sure he's really awake. He wasn't surprised to hearing things about Sasuke's feelings in the past, but he didn't expect Sasuke to understand his mechanisms this well. Sasuke continued, "Unlike you, I wasn't trying to hide my need for love. I thought of it as a weakness. When I saw Itachi in front of my dead parents, I wanted to run to him for comfort. I wanted him to protect me from that pain. It was my instinct to seek affection at that moment, but I was faced with a reality I've never even considered before. I thought I was so foolish because I couldn't anticipate Itachi's actions. I was so focused on the good feelings that I didn't even consider the possibility of evil in my brother's doings. I rejected all my need for affection because of that. I didn't want to be stupid or unprepared anymore. I preferred to focus only on the bad, because that way I wouldn't have to look like a fool anymore. I built a wall around my old self to keep him safe from all the hardship. You wouldn't feel any pain anymore hidden inside there. That was until we got closer as Team 7. His voice turned really soft. I tried to see you as a stupid fool because you triggered me so badly by being so open. It started to piss me off. The old self was longing to act the same way you did. I knew how much it hurts to lose love. You had no idea because you didn't have it in the first place. I was afraid that you would experience that as well. And once you created bonds, but somehow I wanted you to be winning. That part of me that I tried so hard to suppress wanted to make sure that love isn't stupid, that love is the key to real power. That part of me wanted you to succeed, so it would also validate that version of myself. Seeing you grow more and more, realizing that you can actually gain power by creating bonds, that part wanted to come out, take over me. You were speaking directly with that version of myself. It wasn't hidden from you, like that wall. It wasn't hidden from you, like that wall couldn't stop you from getting in. Exactly how you did when we fought Haku. How the hell did you simply get in? You know, for a moment there, the old version of me took over. It had to save you, because you were carrying it further. Protecting you meant protecting my old self as well. My instinct was still to act from love, and that was a strength. When I challenged you to fight me on the rooftop of the hospital, I wanted to measure which way of gaining power was more efficient, by stepping in, or by stepping out. You proved to me even back then that out was the right choice. I was so afraid. That validating my old self. But I couldn't forget Itachi's words about hatred. You gained the power with love, but my brother was way stronger. I couldn't risk it at that point. For me to learn how to gain power with love, it would have taken too much time, and Itachi was already threatening to catch you. The stupid old me created a bond that only made me more afraid that I could lose it. Into the same person that took everything away from me before. I needed power to protect you. I needed to let go of you because the fear of losing you was far too great to handle. Those were my choices. But I wished I had a third option back then. I wanted to make sure that you'd be safe. Seeing that you were stronger made me feel useless to you. How could I have protected you if I couldn't even protect myself? I wanted you to become stronger, to give up on the... First of all, we can see, by the way, this is very in character because we can see moments in Sasuke's even past when he left the village, past part 1 and part 2, we see moments where he absolutely admires Naruto's strength, which is why I hold the theory that he was severely disappointed and mad at Naruto when he found out in Shippuden how weak he was. I think that really pissed him off because he sees Naruto as such a... I think what she's saying here, I feel I would apply to his character, absolutely. Because there are moments in the show, I say this all the time, it's when Pain is announced dead by Zetsu to Obito, and Sasuke is there and he hears and he smiles. Like, that smile proved everything that we always thought, which was he absolutely still does care for Naruto. He absolutely still, if you want to say he sees him as a rival, or if he says he wants to keep the rivalry alive, go ahead, but he absolutely want Naruto to be strong enough to stop him, you know? Because a part of Sasuke was, the point of Sasuke, which is why he never could go through with any of his plans, is that he knew for a fact he wasn't going to be able to. He 100% knew he wasn't going to be able to go through a lot of the shit he said he was going to do. He could destroy the leaf. I'm not saying he couldn't do that. But as long as Naruto existed, it wasn't about, oh, you were strong so you could stop me. It wasn't about that. It was like your existence alone, whether you were strong or weak, kept me from doing that. And I want to know that you were able to stop me. I want to know that you were able to do that, because Sasuke knows he's very angry, and I'll tell you right now, I'll be the first to tell you, I think he's justified, but he knows that what he's doing is through straight anger and resentment towards the village. But he also knows Naruto wants to be in charge of this said village. A part of him understands that. Maybe a part of him thinks, I could leave this to Naruto. You know, maybe I could just leave this to Naruto, because he hopes that in the future, which I don't think he's done, but in the future, you know, people like Sasuke don't happen again, or Gaara, or any of them. I pushed you into gaining power the same way Itachi did to me, by seeking revenge. Seeking revenge on what lured me into darkness, into solitude, into leaving you. If there was a third option, I would have stayed. I would have learned to break the wall that let love in and gain power from it. But that wall is what kept me alive after that night. It was all I knew, a safety. Also why he didn't kill him, obviously, at the final valley the first time, right? So, I mean, so many instances where he could have killed him. He could have easily killed Naruto at the Orochimaru's hideout. He knew for a fact that he was leagues stronger than Naruto because he actually practiced and got immensely strong, right? He didn't kill Naruto because he didn't want to. Like, people like to say, oh, what do you mean he's gonna drop Kirin and wipe them all out, but Orochimaru stopped him? No, he wasn't. I always say this, it's a clear day. It was a clear day. He didn't shoot a fireball in the sky to raise the humidity. He didn't do any of that. It was a clear day. It was not raining or anything. He couldn't do it even if he wanted to. Becoming Hokage meant becoming the strongest, so you would also be safe. But you wouldn't give up on me without realizing it. Proceeding as a rare touching it, okay. I can finally accept that I've lost. I can finally accept that I lost the battle against my old self. The one you kept alive because of that need. I was unable to protect my family. It wasn't my fault for not being able to protect Itachi's actions. Those weren't even aligned with his true nature. He took a deep breath in. I forgive myself for being a child back then, and for needing to protect myself. Thank you for showing me that. Naruto. Never knew you were such a talker. You tease Sasuke. You're rambling even more than me. Sasuke laughed. He always enjoys teasing. It was an easy way to show and receive affection, and he knew it was the same for Naruto. Sasuke, his voice suddenly becomes serious. I know I couldn't understand your pain from the beginning. I was too stuck in my own head for approval. I was so fixated on wanting to show everyone how strong I can be. When I first met Granny Tsunade, I didn't care that she was a legendary Sannin and all that stuff. For me, she was an old lady trying to trick people into thinking that she's young. She acted like a stupid person for losing all her money on gambling and drinking. I was she receiving respect from the same people that hated me since I was a baby. At some point I met Itachi, and while you were already gone, he only wanted to talk to me. But I didn't trust him. He put me into a genjutsu to ask me questions about you. And after that I realized why I refused to think of your struggle with your brother when we were kids. He was part of your past, a past that I couldn't reach, and I told him I was more of a brother to you than he was, because I hated the fact that the person that hurt you so bad was closer to you than me. I don't know if I considered you as a brother, but it seemed like that was the closest bond someone could achieve. Probably I saw that way because I wanted a family so badly. And for me, that seemed that I could lose you to your past and everything that keeps you stuck here. Once I found the truth of Itachi, the jealousy was gone. I understood what it meant to be a brother, but would have done anything to protect you. Even if that meant you would hate me and be forever away from me. I respected your bond at that point. I understood. And I understood that our bond was different. I'm losing my place. I would have done anything to protect you, but I could never accept that you were gone, and death is a better option if it meant that both of us will be together. Itachi loved you unconditionally, and I didn't. I had to have you near me. I had to have you acknowledge me. I need to know that you didn't hate me. Itachi didn't need anything in return from you. I do. Just can't figure out exactly what I'm expecting from you. I'm just too scared to say it. I know it would scare you too. Naruto was speaking at a high speed. He didn't give Sasuke a chance to reply. He just kept going as if his thoughts were pushing out from Zed. When we were kids, I was sad to be walking home alone when all the other kids had parents to pick them up. The whole world felt so huge and I was isolated from it. I could hear the voices of kids laughing and being annoyed at their parents. Those voices were so annoying for me at first. But I was actually on a whole different planet than them. I was the only one living on this planet. I saw you, alone. You were also living on my planet. Its voices were gone and replaced by interactions I imagine we had. I think I had more conversations with you in my head than I actually did in reality. No, I'm sure that's the case. You were always on my mind, and I wasn't alone anymore. I was never alone after I saw you. I knew we came from different pasts. You used to have a family, and I never did. What scared me the most was that I could lose you to your past, your memories, to your brother. I was selfish and I didn't want to understand your pain because that would have taken me away from the world that we both shared. You used to be a part of the other planet, the one I couldn't reach. Then I knew you'd probably laugh at your family and then those kids were, and the way those kids were. So I refused to accept that you were, I refused to accept that you had a past before me. Oh, this is very dialogue heavy. Now I love me some dialogue. I felt together we could have learned to, let me get some, I felt that together we could have learned to enter that world too. But we couldn't have done that if we were separated. When I was a child, I decided to lock inside all of me all the hatred I had for others. I didn't want to acknowledge that feeling, and I didn't want to name it. I knew that it was a bad feeling to have, and for the longest time I wondered if Kurama was actually just the hatred that I've hidden from myself, and it took physical form inside of me. Making all the scenarios in my head that we would play together made the hatred bearable. It was even better when we were on the same team. I didn't even try to ignore it. It wasn't that intense anymore, not until I thought I had lost you. When I thought Haku killed you, I saw my planet becoming empty again. I couldn't suppress the hatred anymore. It took over me. I saw the kids were foolish and their parents would scold them for that. No. I saw the kids were foolish and their parents would scold them for that. I tried to do the same, but I didn't want people to know that I was hiding so much hate. I wanted them to see me as the opposite of that, as a silly kid, but the thought of losing, you broke my mask into pieces. And when Pervy Sage was killed, I understood what it was like to have someone taken away from you forever. I couldn't stop thinking how it must have felt for you to lose everything at once, and never truly have that pain acknowledged, not even by me. I felt guilt for not being able to see your pain. I felt guilty for trying to stop you. You had all the reason to act the way you did, and I wasn't a good friend to you. I tried to convince you that your path, tried to convince you to choose my path, and that wasn't fair. So I'd be saying, when I fought pain, I saw what it was like to have almost everything stripped away from you at once. I acknowledged your path then, and all my hatred was unleashed. And I was so ready to get my revenge. But how could I have expected you to come back to the village, to me, if I couldn't give an alternative to revenge? You should have resented everyone in Konoha from not supporting you, including me. Couldn't bring myself to forgive Nagato. Could have at least hoped that you would forgive us too. When I decided that I wanted to become Hokage, it felt like putting a cover on the hatred I had for the villagers that made me feel like a monster. I would be the one protecting them in spite of their feelings, and they would feel bad for being so mean to me. They would need to face their own issues that made them act like they were towards a child. I became a hero for them. Before becoming Hokage, I realized that I wasn't fulfilled, and I had lots of friends. I realized that I wasn't only needing bonds and acknowledgement. I was still an alien on their planet, and they didn't know that back at home. I'd still be alone while they had dinner surrounded by family. You were my only resort. You existed in my mind, and I was wondering if you felt this way too. I thought I felt your pain. I could feel your pain from afar, but maybe you felt mine. I need you to make my world seem real again. Only the two of us can enter this planet. Only together we could be part of this planet too. Because we would carry the secret with one another. It wouldn't be isolating. We could be strangers to others, but not to each other. This shit is beautiful. I think you feel this too, because we were always naturally so in sync, even when fighting. We never needed to say things out loud. You see, there's no meaning in my dream. If you're not in it, you're the only one that could truly see me, and you're the only one that I can truly see. Sasuke sighed with pain as he tried to lift his left hand to touch Naruto's face. He didn't even realize that half his arm was gone as well. He was too preoccupied with Naruto's. Sasuke! Naruto turned his face towards Sasuke as he started to scold him with a worried tone in his voice. I told you not to move that much. If you move, you'll bleed more. You know I would never accept losing you to death, especially not after all this. Sasuke's eyes were filled with tears as he looked at Naruto with a tenderness and spoke softly and trembling. You know, you couldn't lose me like that. Sorry, let me try again. You know you couldn't lose me like that. He smiled. You would chase me even there. Naruto knew it was true. Sasuke continued. And I would do the same for you. They lock eyes for a while. The night finally ended, and the sun became the new witness of their story, giving its lights to all the things they tried to keep hidden in the dark. They laid close to each other. The blood drained from their missing arms conjoined into a heart. They could feel as if they were holding hands. Maybe the blood was carrying some of their chakra, because they could feel both the warmth of each other. Sasuke, is this? Naruto looked towards the heart-shaped bloodstain. I guess that's what they call it. They knew that Kakashi and Sakura would both be there soon. With that in mind, Naruto added, "This isn't the best time to think about it, but we'll definitely find a way for us in this lifetime, Sasuke." Sasuke smirked. Now that's a promise. Now that's a promise. I already know your ninja way, Naruto. They both laughed, knowing that Naruto doesn't go back on his word. Naruto died right after that. Thank you so much.
Fics like these keep me going, by the way. This should make me tears, multiple tears. What?
Oh, I really put my heart into this, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for commenting. This gives me the motivation to keep writing. Yo, TSN, this shit is fucking beautiful. I don't know why you undersold the fuck out of this. You need to stop doing that. I'll be the first to tell you right the fuck now, as somebody who does not like reading, I very much enjoyed this. I had a 12-hour shift, and I went through this hoe. I took a little break, but it's not because the fic, nothing's wrong with the fic. This fic is fucking fantastic. This shit is amazing. This shit is completely in character. This is completely on point with their characters. And if that person's profile picture is official art, then this thing is official to me, because this was, there's no notes. There's no notes. I usually have a note for like maybe something was a little out of character. None of this was out of character. All of this was very in tune. You absolutely captured the tune. You absolutely captured the tone. You absolutely captured the vibe. You absolutely captured the everything. You've captured everything. You've captured the sentiment of the moments. You easily bled your dialogue into actual dialogue. You bled your own story and narrative into the actual narrative, and it fits seamlessly. Like, you fucking crushed this. This is fucking amazing. This is goddamn amazing. Keep writing this shit. This is good. This is good stuff right here. So, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me read this. Thank you for believing in yourself. Yeah, please start saying, start letting people know, you know what I'm saying? Start posting this more. Post this stuff up more. If I could kudos you, I would, but I don't have an account. This is really fucking good. Y'all, read A Promise by TSN. She will post, she's more than likely going to comment under these videos when the clips come out, so when she does, please ask her, check her page, hit that follow on her page, hit the follow on mine too, follow us, follow this Narusasu community going on over here, follow Call Me BB, follow fucking Schneed, follow Roseblade, follow, I can't pronounce their name. Oh, SNSA. Who else? We all here. Follow Niths. Yeah, Niths, I see you. Stop playing with me. Follow Niths. Niths don't even got content like that, but still. Follow him. Follow her. Shout out Niths. Shout out A. Shout out Roseblade. Shout out Schneed. Shout out TSN. Shout out my boy Call Me BB. We're gonna do some more stuff. It's not just going to be reading content. It's going to be a lot more stuff. So check that out. And I hope you guys have a good the rest of your day. And yeah, peace out.